My ex blamed me for the firework mishap that injured us both, telling responders he was careless. I said nothing then. Later, I provided the fire marshal with security footage of her new boyfriend illegally setting off commercial-grade fireworks. 48 hours later, the fire marshal was issuing citations and fines to them both. I, 34M, am writing this from a hospital bed. The good stuff they give you for pain is working, and I need to get this down before the full-blown rage hits. Or maybe it's not rage. It's cold. Yeah, cold. Last night, July 4th, supposed to be a chill barbecue at my place. My ex, Rachel, 32F, and I split about 2 months back. Thought it was mostly amicable. We co-own the house, foolish I know, and she's meant to be moving out end of July. She asked to come to the barbecue, her last hurrah with our mutual friends at the house. Fine. Her new BF, Kyle, 30s-ish, looks like a guy who peaked in high school, came too. Didn't love it, but, civil. Night was standard. Burgers, beers. Then Kyle, bless his heart, pulls out these massive fireworks, not your usual sparklerama. These look like they could take out a small car. I immediately shut that down. Whoa, man. No. You can't set those off here. Residential zone, and those are way illegal for consumers. Kyle just smirked. Relax, dude. I got a guy. These are fine. Gonna be epic. Rachel, shockingly, backed him up. Oh, Ethan, don't be such a buzzkill. Let him have fun. Fun, right. I was firm. No, liability, noise, fire hazard. Kyle grumbled. Rachel rolled her eyes, called me boring. They sulked off to a corner. I went inside for ice, figured it was handled. Next thing, crack boom. Windows rattled, ran outside. Total chaos. One of those monster fireworks had clearly gone rogue, exploded low, shrapnel burning bits everywhere, screaming. Kyle was clutching his arm. Rachel was on the ground crying, holding her leg. Me? Hot, sharp debris sliced my forearm. Blood everywhere. Not gonna die, but it looked bad. Rachel's looked worse. Kyle was also leaking pretty good. Paramedics, fire department roll in. As they're patching me up, I hear Rachel loud and clear telling an EMT pointing right at me. It was his fault. He was being careless with the fireworks. He set them off too close. I just stared. The absolute audacity. Kyle naturally just nodded along, wincing like he was auditioning for a war movie. Didn't say a word then. Let them spew. Shock, pain, it all just settled into this icy calm. The fire marshal was there, asking questions. I just said need to see a doctor, not up to a statement now, and focused on getting to the ER. They took Rachel and Kyle to a different hospital, thankfully. Lying here stitched up, arm throbbing. Her words, he was careless. The lie was so fast, so smooth. But here's the kicker. About a year back, after a few minor neighborhood issues, I installed new security cams. Good ones. Wide angle, night vision. One covers the exact spot in the backyard where Kyle decided to play demolition expert, and I am 99.9% sure it was recording. Just need to get out of here, get home, check that footage. If it shows what I think it shows, Rachel and Kyle are about to get a PhD in consequences. And I won't say a word. The evidence will do all my talking. Quick update. Got sprung from the hospital late yesterday, July 6th. Arm's killing me, but painkillers are my best friends. Rachel and Kyle are apparently still stable. Rachel, fractured tibia from firework casing. Kyle, severe burns on his hand and forearm. Poor guy. Not. First thing I did at home, after a very careful one-arm drive, was hit the security DVR. And, jackpot. Crystal clear, HD footage of the whole ridiculous circus. You see me warning Kyle? You see Rachel, clear as day, egging him on. Don't be a party pooper, Ethan. You see me go inside. Then you see Kyle, fumbling with this huge mortar tube like it's a Rubik's Cube, lighting it, and it immediately tipping over because the genius didn't secure it. The explosion is brutal, even on video, debris everywhere, them going down. The cherry on top? Audio picked up Rachel, clear as a bell after the boom. Coaching, just say Ethan was handling them, say he messed up, they'll believe us. And Kyle groaning, yeah, okay, gold. Pure, unadulterated, you're in deep trouble gold. Spent an hour downloading clips, making copies. Then I called the fire marshal's office, still July 6th. Got the extension for Investigator Roger, who was at the scene. Left a calm voicemail. Mr. Roger, Ethan, my last name, regarding the July 4th incident at my address. I have security camera footage that might be pertinent. Please call me back. He called back in an hour. I told him I had footage. He asked if I could bring it. Even better, I can email the files for a preliminary look and then bring the DVR in. He agreed. Sent the key clips. About 2 hours later, investigator Roger calls back. Voice is professional, but with an undertone of, "Ooh, this is juicy." Investigator Roger, Mr. My last name, I've reviewed the initial footage. It's illuminating. I'll need a formal statement, and we'll need the original footage from the DVR as evidence. Can you come in tomorrow morning? Tomorrow being July 7th. Me, absolutely. What time? Rachel's mom, Janet, actual name, believe it or not, also called last night, July 6th. Voicemail dripping with fake concern and blame. Ethan, dear, hope you're okay. Rachel is in so much pain, poor baby. We're all just so worried, and of course wondering how such a terrible accident could have happened under your supervision. My supervision. Right. Didn't call back. So this morning, July 7th, I went in and gave my full statement to investigator Roger. He took the DVR for a forensic copy. He seemed very interested, asking specific questions about the timeline and what I said to them. Now we wait and see how Rachel and Kyle like the taste of actual evidence. They have zero clue what's about to hit them. Lying to first responders? Pretty sure that's a crime. Illegally setting off commercial-grade fireworks in a residential zone, causing injury and property damage. My fence is toast, lawn scorched. Yep, more crimes. This is gonna be good. Update. All right, people, settle in. It's been a heck of a couple of days. So after I gave my statement and the full DVR footage to investigator Roger on the morning of July 7th, things moved fast. He was taking copious notes then, and I could tell he was building a solid case. He said he'd be in touch. Fast forward to this afternoon, July 9th. It's been just over 48 hours since investigator Roger got the full evidence package from me, and apparently that was enough time for him to put the pieces together and act. Unknown number calls. I answer. It's Rachel, from the hospital, and she is furious. Rachel. Ethan, what in the world did you do? Shrill, accusatory, classic Rachel when cornered. Me. Rachel, what are you referring to? Don't play dumb. The fire marshal was just here. He gave me and Kyle a pile of papers, citations, fines, said something about an investigation and your security footage. You told them? Me, I provided evidence related to an incident on my property that resulted in injuries, including my own. It's called cooperating with an official investigation, Rachel. Cooperating? You're ruining our lives. Kyle could lose his job. These fines are thousands. We can't afford this. I'm injured because of you. Actually, Rachel, the footage clearly shows Kyle illegally setting off commercial-grade fireworks and you encouraging him. It also shows you two conspiring to lie and blame me. My injury, your injury, Kyle's injury. They're all a direct result of his actions and your abysmal judgment. But you were supposed to handle it. You always do. You could have just said it was an accident, a stray firework from the neighbors. Taking a very slow, deliberate breath because the sheer weapons-grade entitlement was making my head. Rachel, you lied to paramedics and fire officials, blaming me for something that could have landed me in serious legal trouble. You implicated me in a dangerous, illegal act I explicitly forbade. Why on earth would I cover for you after that? Then Kyle must have gotten on speaker, or she passed the phone. His voice is weaker, probably pain meds, but just as clueless. Dude, not cool. Seriously, we said sorry about your arm. Spoiler, no, they did not. This is a massive overreaction. Can't you just tell them you made a mistake, that the camera angle was messed up? A mistake? Kyle, the camera recorded you setting up and lighting an illegal explosive that malfunctioned and injured 3 people. It also recorded Rachel coaching you on a lie to pin it on me. There's no messed up angle that changes those facts. Wailing in the background, Oscar-worthy performance. My leg is broken, Ethan. How am I supposed to pay for any of this? My insurance won't cover it if it's from illegal activity. That sounds like a personal problem, Rachel. Perhaps one to discuss with Kyle, since he was the one so eager to play with explosives. Then, the cherry on this awful Sunday of entitlement. Rachel's mother, Janet, grabs the phone. She must have been visiting. Janet. Ethan, my last name. This is an outrage. Rachel is she was your partner. You have a responsibility here. We've known you for years. How could you be so vindictive? She made a little mistake. She was scared. Kyle is a good boy, just a bit reckless sometimes. You should be protecting them, helping them, not throwing them to the wolves like this. Me, Janet. With all due respect, Rachel and Kyle are adults who made adult decisions that had serious, predictable consequences. They lied, they broke the law, and they tried to make me the fall guy. My only responsibility was to the truth and the safety of my property. The fire marshal is handling it. If you have further concerns, direct them to him or perhaps to an attorney for Rachel and Kyle. Janet. The indignation practically crackling through the phone. An attorney? We can't afford an attorney on top of these fines. You have to call this off. Tell them it was all a big misunderstanding. Me, that's not happening, Janet. The evidence is clear. Now I'm recovering from an injury they caused, and I'd appreciate it if you'd all cease harassing me. Consider this your one and only warning before I start logging these calls for the authorities as well. Hung up. My hand was actually shaking. Not from fear, from the sheer unmitigated gall. A little mistake. Protecting them. Utterly unbelievable. The fines, according to investigator Roger, spoke to him briefly after he left their hospital room. He called to confirm some details after his visit with them. Are substantial. Multiple thousands for the illegal fireworks, more for the false statements. Plus, they'll likely be on the hook for the full cost of the emergency response. And any civil liability, like my medical bills and property damage. Kyle's I know a guy firework hookup is probably also getting a friendly visit. Rachel's insurance not covering her because it resulted from illegal activity? Oh, that's just poetic justice. Natural consequences can be harsh, can't they? They genuinely thought I'd just roll over, take the blame, and shield them. They severely underestimated my commitment to truth, my own integrity, and the capabilities of my well-placed security cameras. Their faces when they realized the footage existed? Priceless. Update. It's been about 6 weeks since the fireworks fiasco and the glorious day of citations. Time for what I hope is the final word on this particular debacle. The legal stuff dragged on a bit. Rachel and Kyle, predictably, tried to fight the citations. Got some lawyer, probably found him on a bus stop bench, who argued it was dark, people were drinking, it's a misunderstanding, Ethan is a vengeful ex. Cute. Fire marshal's office, armed with my pristine video and audio, wasn't impressed. Footage was irrefutable. Kyle lighting the illegal bomb, Rachel encouraging, both cooking up their little lie. Their lawyer tried to argue the audio was tainted. Investigator Roger's team apparently had it professionally enhanced. Still damning. Bam. Fines stuck. All of them. Last I heard, Kyle was trying to crowdfund his legal fees and penalties with some sob story about a freak accident and malicious prosecution by a bitter ex's friend in the department. He actually implied investigator Roger and I were golf buddies or something. Pretty sure that tanked. Good. Suffer. Rachel's parents, Janet and her equally spineless husband, tried the appeal to my better nature routine a few more times. Voicemails, texts from burner numbers. Ethan, surely you can see this is destroying Rachel. She's depressed. This isn't the Ethan we know. Forgive and forget. Help her with the fines, for old time's sake. Old time's sake apparently means let me lie, try to ruin your life, then you bail me out when my genius plan backfires. Yeah, hard pass. Block their numbers again. My lawyer sent their lawyer a very firm letter telling them to cease contact. That seemed to do the trick. Silence. Bliss. A few of Rachel's die-hard enabler friends threw some shade on social media. Vague posts about some people being unforgiving types and loyalty. Muted, blocked, moved on. If they want to cape for a liar who tries to frame innocent people, that's their hill to die on. My actual friends, the ones who were there that night and saw my initial shock, then heard the real story, have been awesome. They get it. Rachel had to move out of our co-owned house, Natch. Couldn't afford to buy me out, especially not with her new mountain of debt thanks to Kyle's pyrotechnic ambitions. We're selling it. It's a hassle, but it severs one of the last ties. She tried to delay signing paperwork, claiming her injury made it impossible. My lawyer pointed out she was mobile enough to attend hearings and scheme with her own counsel. Funny that. Sale should close next month. Bye-bye. Kyle? Oh, this is beautiful. Grapevine says he did lose his job. His employer, some kind of logistics firm, apparently has a strict code of conduct. Being responsible for a dangerous incident involving illegal explosives, injuring multiple people, and then lying to authorities was surprisingly frowned upon. Who knew? He's probably blaming me for that too. Let him. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. My arm's healed, just a faint scar now, a little reminder of the 4th of July fiasco. My insurance handled my medical bills. I filed a claim against Rachel and Kyle for my deductible and the property damage to my fence and lawn. Not expecting to see a dime, but it's the principle of the thing. Let it hang over their heads. The absolute best part of all this? The pure, unadulterated satisfaction. Watching them face direct, unavoidable consequences for their actions and their disgusting, deeply ingrained entitlement. They genuinely thought they could manipulate, lie, and bulldoze their way out of trouble, using me as a convenient human shield. They learned the hard way that some people don't play that game. Some people have cameras, and some people have a very low tolerance for nonsense. Rachel texted me once about a week ago. A single, pathetic message. "I hope you're happy." Didn't dignify it with a reply. But yeah, Rachel, in a very specific, justice-served kind of way, I am. I'm happy the truth won. I'm happy your attempt to screw me over imploded as spectacularly as Kyle's illegal firework. I'm ecstatic to be severing all ties with someone so fundamentally dishonest and parasitic. I'm thrilled Kyle is facing the music for his idiotic testosterone-fueled stupidity. This isn't some Hollywood revenge fantasy. It's about simple, clean justice. It's the quiet satisfaction of an evidence-backed truth steamrolling self-serving lies. They lit the fuse on their own bonfire of consequences. I just handed the fire marshal the video footage that fanned the flames. Life is quieter now, more peaceful. Moving on, and it feels darn good. To anyone out there dealing with entitled, manipulative leeches, document everything. Stay calm and let their own actions, their own arrogance, be their undoing. Sometimes, the best response isn't yelling, it's a well-placed security camera and a timely call to the right authorities. Flip Rachel, flip Kyle, and flip every single person who enabled their toxic behavior. The end. And I mean it this time.